Do. Waiting for it to show up on my phone screen. Do. 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 Hello, beautiful creatures of the internet. I'm Mango Jones. Uh, so while we wait for people to come in and stuff, as always, in the description, you can find Mango's list of U.S. resources. It has everything from LGBTQIA plus resources to reproductive health to domestic violence to the psychological help. Whatever you may need, it's there. Like, hit it up if you need help. Uh, you can also find links to Petty Fam, the Black Beans, the stream Pervs, who I am on a shared StreamYard with. However, common space, I'm on the little laptop that could but kind of can't. The whole thing. There's also pinned at the top of the comments links to the Small Human Expenses Fund. Why is there a link there for that? Because, well, we're kind of in a tough spot. We need help, such as life. Anyway, if you can help, please do. If not, I totally get it. Like, life is hard for everyone right now. So, while we're waiting, gonna say hi to everyone. Milk, you can't fix her. Oh my god, no. Stop it. Hey, Clockwork. Yes, you have time. Taco Tuesday. I'm glad that you were here to listen and learn. Hey, Sydney. Aw. Hey, Tank Girl. It's great to see you. J Gamer. How's it going? You doing good today? You can't fix her. Oh my god. Okay. Milk, why do you think that you can fix her? Please tell me. I would love to know. You can't even fix yourself, my dude. Yes, you can. Okay. Oh, goodness. Fucking no. No. Just no. Are you pretty fixed, Milky? Have you heard the shit that comes out of your mouth? You sure? Be surprised what a 2x4 can. God damn it, Ox. Don't encourage him. Okay. So before we get into like all of the serious stuff, how's everyone doing today? Are y'all doing okay? No, you can't. Milky, stop it. Hey, that's good that you're good. Being kind of good is better than being not good. My favorite thing to say is that I could be better, glad I'm not worse. You know what I mean? It's just one of those parts of life. Aw, to the person that just donated, thank you so much. I absolutely appreciate you. Everything that gets donated is literally going towards food, pull ups, doing laundry, stuff like that. Like it's all going somewhere. It's not just like hanging out. So, Milk's the fixer. Nothing bad has happened today, and that is fantastic, Forever Fetus Toenail. Also, I still absolutely love your name. Okay, so let's get into stuff, shall we? So, here, let me share the tab. I do not have any faith in you, Milk, but I've known you forever. Hey, Miss Rain Seattle. We're doing as well as we can be at this point. Like, Small Human has his meds, thanks to Miss Rain Seattle, which is absolutely phenomenal. Oh, thank you, Hoosier Buddy. Gave myself a dermaplaning facial. Ooh, and a medi-pedi? With everything that you're going through, Tank Girl, with everything, with, your kiddos and stuff, it is absolutely okay to take this time for yourself and do the things that make you feel amazing. You need to have self-care time. It's okay. I promise. Milk apparently wants to fix this Nebraska mom. He's your buddy? No, who's your buddy is my buddy. He can be both our buddy, Lubus. Also, Lubus, I love you. Okay, so someone in a mutual server of mine posted this and was super upset and was like, "Oh, America needs to change this, that, and the other." So it's from CNN, and it says a Nebraska mother who was accused of helping her 17-year-old daughter have an illegal abortion and disposing of the fetus was sentenced to 2 years in prison on Friday. Now, right off the top, that sounds super bad. And in fact, there was a previous article that was posted in which the headline said that the cops had used encrypted messages to be able to prosecute them. And it was, or non encrypted messages to be able to go after them. And the issue is that people were just like, "Oh, thank you, Sydney." People were having a big stink about, "Oh, this is why all messages need to be encrypted. You shouldn't be able to use Facebook Messenger to do this, that, or the other." But the thing is, context is fucking key. Context is everything. And while it does have to do with abortion, what you have to understand is that even if Roe had never been overturned, this would have been highly fucking illegal. And I'll show you why. So, let me press this. Boop. We'll get into that, Lubus. Context is absolutely key. All details matter. Exactly. The details are the most important part. My question is illegal how? Like, abortion is illegal, period, or was she past the window? Okay. We're definitely going to talk about that. Milk. No, you couldn't have. Jesus. Okay. So, a Nebraska mother who was accused of helping her 17-year-old daughter have an illegal abortion and disposing of the fetus was sentenced to 2 years in prison on Friday. The sentence comes after Jessica Burgess, 42, pleaded guilty in July to 2 felonies: removing, concealing, or abandoning a dead human body, and performing an abortion beyond 20 weeks, and a misdemeanor charge of false reporting. Burgess's daughter Celeste, who is now 19, was sentenced in July to 90 days in jail after pleading guilty to a felony charge of removing, concealing, or abandoning a dead human body. They began investigating the women in April 2022, following concerns Celeste Burgess had delivered a stillborn fetus. They allege Celeste had a medication abortion and that it violated the state's prohibition of abortion after 20 weeks. She was around 28 weeks. 28. 6.5 months. 20. Well, actually, no. Oh, sorry. She was close to. No, she was about 7 months pregnant. Yeah, 7 months. 7 months. She was around 7 months pregnant. Fuck you, ad. 7 months pregnant when her pregnancy ended. Now, see, earlier in 2023, Nebraska's governor signed a bill into law that bans most abortions after 12 weeks, with exceptions for sexual assault, incest, and medical emergencies. However, she did this in 2022. Continuing. Investigators used Facebook messages between the Burgesses to establish that they discussed obtaining abortion pills and burning, quote, the evidence, end quote. The pills purchased by Jessica are not prescribed by doctors after a pregnancy has reached 10 weeks. The defendant, Jessica, gave those pills to her own daughter. The defense lawyer did a good job avoiding a child abuse case. All of this was unnecessary. All of this was foolish. Now, this this is something that really needs to be discussed because these key details. She was 28 weeks pregnant. Her mother obtained abortion pills that are not usually prescribed after 10 weeks, which is the case in the vast majority of states. Around when do people usually get abortions? So the Lubis, I can actually give you facts on this. Over 90% of abortions are done within the first 12 weeks of pregnancy. Over 90%. Less than 2% happen after 24 weeks. The viability cutoff is 24 weeks. Technically, before Roe v. Wade was overturned, it was 23 weeks, 6 days. Because at about 24 weeks is when you're going to have brain activity. Anything after that, should the fetus not develop properly, should there be major abnormalities, should there be non-development of certain organs, then that counts as a risk to the mother, and insurance will actually help provide the things that you need to be able to do third trimester abortions. Now, late term abortion is not actually a phrase. Don't use that. That's just a conservative talking point. Late term, not the same. Hey, Gavin. So, the reason this is important is because this fetus was past the point of viability. 4 weeks past the point of viability. Uh, 24 weeks is 6 months. So if Celeste, the woman that was pregnant, had given birth after 24 weeks before they decided to obtain abortion pills to do this, they could have used medical intervention to keep said fetus alive. Won't call it a baby, we'll call it a fetus. So, like, it's a whole thing. Yes, Lubis. Yes, it is. That's why this is important. That's why context is key in this situation. My insurance wouldn't cover birth control, but did cover abortions in 1989. Actually, fun fact. So, uh, if any of y'all are on insurance, there are so many places that actually will let you get Plan B through the internet with your insurance, because family planning does cover Plan B. It's free. Fucking use that opportunity. I go through 28 Health, amazing company. I get my birth control, my Plan B, uh, acne medication, stuff like that through them. Fantastic company. Very easy. Well, people in the US can too if they have insurance. They don't openly advertise it as something you can do because a lot of people are just like, "Oh, people use Plan B as birth control now." Plan B is just like taking 3 birth control pills at one time. That's all it is. At that point, why didn't the mother push for adoption? The fetus was viable. This hurts my heart, soul, and mind. That's actually a really good question. I am not sure. I don't know. Because they literally discussed in Facebook messages about getting the abortion pills, her daughter taking them. Her daughter was 17 at the time. And then they had intended on burning the fetus. Which is why I titled this Late Night Serious Shit. Because this is a serious discussion. This is one of those things. Yes, the lubus it is. I have a stockpile of Plan B. I don't touch people. But yes, incredibly. Um, so that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this stream tonight, because reading all of that, understanding what's going on, understanding where abortion laws and rights are, like even in this day and age, like even if Roe versus Wade was not overturned, that still would have been highly illegal. Okay. No, they didn't. Because if they had known that the baby was going to be stillborn, or the fetus in this matter was going to be stillborn, it was something that they could have arranged with doctors and had a D&E done through the hospital. This was something that was planned. This was something that a 17-year-old didn't want to do it. You know? It's an unfortunate reality. And that's why I'm here, because at that point in a pregnancy, your biggest option is to safe haven. I will shout it from the fucking rooftops. If you are currently pregnant and you know for a fact that you can't fucking do it, safe haven. Safe haven laws exist for a fucking reason. You can literally give birth, look at the nurse and say, I cannot do this, help. A social worker will come in and talk to you, and you can leave that baby there. You do not have to leave with that baby. If you have already had a baby and that baby is under a certain age, you can go and leave that baby at a safe haven drop-off point. Hospital, fire department, whatever. It will be completely anonymous. No one has to know that you did all that. No one will ever know that you did all that. That is an option. There are options. I'm the product of the Mississippi Safe Haven law. Oh, well, Tank Girl, first of all, like, I'm really glad that your birth parent decided to do what was best for them, and that ultimately you turned out great. That the laws worked in your favor. Yes, safe haven laws span over all 50 states. Safe haven laws are especially important in like red states because abortion cutoff is really fucking fucky. Put it that way. I know a few people that have safe havens. Safe havens are amazing. No, it is not a movie thing. In fact, there are some fire departments that if you go to them, there is a box built into the side of the fire department, and it's a safe haven baby drop off. You open the door, you put the baby in the bassinet that's inside of it. It's temperature controlled, it has a camera in it. There's also an alarm system. So when you place the baby down and you close the door, the alarm sounds and they know that there is a baby inside. Yep, the baby box. Baby boxes are so important. So we could just drop off babies at a fire department safer than the police. Well, police stations are also safe haven drop offs, but the issue with police stations is it all depends on the area that you live in. There are a lot of police stations that close at like 11 p.m. to the public. You know what I mean? So, yeah, fire departments, much safer to drop off at. Hospitals, much safer. You could not have fixed this, Milky. What were you going to do with a pregnant 17-year-old, Milky? That's gross. What the fuck? You can and you will. I believe you. I believe you. But this also opens up a wider discussion about who gets abortions and when. Because a lot of people are still confused about that. They don't seem to understand exactly who gets an abortion and why. So let's talk about it. We're going to go to Pew Research because Pew, they get information from everywhere. So we're going to switch tabs. Let's take a look at the data. That is important. That is the whole thing. Okay. Abortion rate among women in the US. So in 2020, there were 14.4 abortions in the US per 1,000 women ages 15 to 44. Now, the abortion rate has generally been declining. It's been declining for a long time. In 1981, it was reported there were 29.3 abortions per 1,000 women, which, hey, that's a great range. The CDC says that in 2020 there were 11.2 per 1,000, but that figure excludes California, Maryland, New Hampshire, and the District of Columbia. But that's still a major decline because in 1980, the CDC reported on all 50 states and DC, and there were 25 per 1,000. So, with regular access to birth control, Plan B, proper sex education, there has been a major decline. Oh no, people still bump uglies. People bump uglies all the time. But you have more birth control options. You have Plan B. You have the ability to find out information on how to have safe sex, which is why comprehensive sex education is one of the most important things that you can do. Comprehension is key. So, 2020 marked the first time that a majority of legal abortions in the US involved the abortion pill. 53% of abortions that happened did. Now, the abortion pill goes up to 10 weeks into pregnancy. That's a fantastic amount, especially when you consider that 90% of abortions happen during the first trimester. How do you have a fraction in the calculation of abortion? Okay, so typically the data is divided by age range, and it's a median number. The median number is the one that they use. Medians are not always even, you know? So don't worry, you're not dumb. It's a whole thing. I'm sure 2020 had a false report with, yes, COVID did impact those reporting rates because, like, you had so many people that were stuck indoors. And actually, one of the biggest things going around on social media right now are toddlers that were born because of COVID. They're Gen Alphas, like Small Human is. Small Human's just the oldest of Gen Alpha. And their socialization skills are at a completely different level. That's a whole other stream. Especially like the kids that were impacted by COVID and their socialization skills and how they respond to various people. Like, it's ridiculous. Over here thinking 0.4. Oh my God, no. No, 0.4% of a baby did not get aborted, I promise. Oh, that'd be terrifying. That'd be insane. So, the vast majority of surgical abortions happen after 10 weeks. Usually it's right between the 10-week and the 23.6-day viability cutoff. And people are always talking about, especially on the right, like, oh, people use abortion as birth control. That's not true. Because abortions are fucking expensive. Like, if you're going to go get an abortion, let's say between 16 and 23.6 days, that's up to $6,000 depending on where you go. 6,000. And you have to go to a private abortion clinic. Abortion clinics are not funded by the state. They're not. Planned Parenthoods that have abortion options are not funded by the state. They are not under Title 10 or Title X, whichever you prefer to call it. It's not a thing. Yes, they are awful emotionally. Any and all abortion is not pleasant. It is a very, very tough decision. It takes a lot to decide that this is how you're going to go. And this is exactly why it is your right to choose. You have to do what's best for you. And actually, little known fact, the vast majority of abortions are from women that are college educated that live below the poverty line, have a child, and are in a long-term relationship, making it a family matter, not just an individual matter. But they won't tell you those statistics. They won't tell you those facts. They won't let you know that our economy is so fucked that people that are college educated with children are having these issues, trying to decide if they can afford another child or not. The information doesn't lie. The facts don't lie. The numbers do not lie. Taking abortion and making it oh, she's just, slutty. She's doing this, that, or the other. It's birth control. Like, that is minimizing everything that women go through, especially women that have a partner that are already raising a child. It's not an easy choice. And this is another reason why comprehensive education is so fucking important. I was 19, married, had a 3-year-old and a 4-month-old with raging colic. Yes, you made the best decision for yourself and your family. And that is absolutely fucking understandable. Oh, colicky babies are so fucking crazy. Ugh. Especially because you never know what's going to actually calm them down. Small Human's dad, the one that went self-delete, he was a colicky baby. And his mom used to tell me about how she went through, I think it was 15 hair dryers, because the sound of a hair dryer was the only thing that would calm him down. And YouTube and smartphones weren't a thing, so she couldn't just pop the noise on her phone. I got a girl pregnant when I was 18 and she ended up getting an abortion. At the time I was devastated and also young and dumb, but now I realize she made the absolute best choice. Because you never know what the future holds. And you never know exactly what type of issues someone may have during pregnancy. Pregnancy always sounds so easy to people, but the truth is, pregnancy is fucking hard for a lot of women and a lot of, seahorse dads. It's not rainbows and butterflies for the vast majority. It's not. Some guy in my job thinks abortion is as easy as popping in and popping out with no baby, and that women can get addicted to aborting. What? I showed him a video on it and he got flustered and apologized, kinda. Ugh. Okay, so most states actually have a waiting period. South Carolina has a 24-hour waiting period, so does Florida. A few states have a 48. There's a couple with a 72. So when you go in for your initial visit, you get all the information. You have to wait so long and make sure that you're okay with the decision before you can actually do it. It's not that simple. You tried everything, 11 months of, oh no, nope, nope, I could not. I couldn't. Um, Full transparency. So y'all know I have small human. Um, he has a sibling. I don't call that sibling my baby. That's not my child. Want to know why? Because I safe haven. An abusive thing at the time. Kind of gave birth in secret. It was a whole thing. And then 2 years later, I did a surrogacy Her name is Cora. She's amazing. Absolutely love her. But it's the whole thing. Yeah. Yeah. I've been through a lot. A lot. But like, such is life sometimes, you know? You do what you have to do to survive. And if one of the things that you have to do to survive is giving birth in secret, like I had to do, is aborting a child, is escaping in some way, shape, or form, fucking do it. Keep your peace. If you don't have peace, find your peace. Do what you need to do. I promise you, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be fucking difficult. That shit's hard as fuck. But you'll be in a much better place. It was. It was indeed gut wrenching. I know through Ancestry who ended up with her because she popped up in my thing. They did change her name, which I'm okay with. Hey, she's happy. She's healthy. That's all I can ask for. Just one of those things. Still have pictures of her from when I gave birth. She was cute as shit. Uh, fun fact, I actually gave birth to her inside of the OB's office. Went in for a visit, started having cramping, and then like just gave birth to her there. Whole thing. No meds, no nothing. Surrogate baby was also had with no medication. She was born on the ER triage floor in her sack. It was awesome. No, I said the ER triage. Like the area where you go to the desk and you're like, oh, hey, this is the bad thing that's going on. Yeah, gave birth there to the surrogate baby. That was a fun time. I feel bad for the 9-year-old that saw it happen still because, like, I looked at the nurse and said, hey, catch this. And she was like, what? And then there was a baby on the floor. They still talk about me to this day. Yes, I did. Yeah. Okay. So my second baby was born at the OB's office. Third baby was surrogate baby, born ER triage on the floor. Yeah. 9-year-old saw it. He got to see live birth. Congrats to him. Yes, my OB's office was an Arby's. Bro, Arby's is fucking delicious. Not even gonna lie. I want Arby's. Your mom almost gave birth to you in a hot tub. She was so relaxed and didn't feel me coming. I was almost. Oh my god. Oh, Taco Tuesday, your poor mama. Yeah, that poor 9-year-old. But like, this is just, in my opinion, life is all a learning experience, okay? And I have learned a lot of things in my brief 31 years of life. primarily being birth fucking sucks, first of all. Do not recommend. Like, if you're ever sitting there wondering, should I like have a kid? No, do not. Do you have autism? Don't have a kid. I'm not saying it for eugenics shit. I'm just saying, like, you don't know what type of autism your kid might turn out with. And if you're not mentally prepared for some types of autism, then you're going to have a bad time. Was I mentally prepared for small humans' autism? Fuck no. But I made the best of it. Yes, we can definitely talk about Arby's instead of abortions. OBs, they have the meats. Oh my god. Y'all are fucking ridiculous. I can only have C-section, same with my mom and my daughter that had my... Really? Now see, so my mom, she had my sister natural, she had me natural, and then, like, this is no medication, by the way. And when I was coming out, I actually flipped on her, and they had to turn me back around. Not fun. And then she had twins, my brothers, and one of them was breech. Came out feet first. Whole thing. Then I had small human with an epidural. 10 out of 10, best decision. My legs, like, they did not move whatsoever. I could not feel anything. Perfect for me. Elliot had her all natural, no medication, no nothing. And then Cora had her all natural, no medication, no nothing. Really glad I had an epidural with small human. His head was 19 inches. No, his head was 13 inches and he was 19 inches long. There you go. Sorry, got the numbers mixed up. Ooh, none of y'all got past 6 centimeters? Ouch. God damn. That is a very valid thing to be afraid of. Yeah. My OB with small human was like, we recommend having an episiotomy. And I was like, why? They were like, because his head's so big. And I was like, oh, okay. Good thing. Child 1 of 2, epidural. Water broke and she was out in 15 minutes. Child 2 of 2 came out fast. No time for an epidural. Oh, you literally coughed and he was out? Shit. Well, see, I didn't realize I was, like, in labor the second or third time that I gave birth. Because, like, I was just having back pain. Nothing major. And then, bloop, baby. And yes, that's the sound that I used to describe birth. Bloop. My first nephew was supposed to be born on my birthday, but the doctor was going on vacation and induced my sister 10 days before. I mean, as long as baby was healthy, safe, and I'm assuming the baby was probably growing a bit too big too, because they typically won't induce just because the doctor's going on vacation. If it coincides with the fact that, like, baby's growing big or there's some other underlying issue. If not, then that's just malpractice. You shouldn't do that. Just throwing that out there. Unnecessary induction can lead to a lot of unnecessary other things. Also, hey, if any of y'all have ever given birth and you had preeclampsia, just know you can blame it on the baby dad. Went into premature labor with child 2 on your birthday. Oh, I'm glad that he was born on your hubby's birthday. All of this is further solidifying my choice not to have my own children. I mean, other than medical and dysphoric reasons. That's a very valid thing. Like, I will never fault anyone that says that they don't want children. Ever. I blame the whole baby C-sections and my ruined life on the fathers. Yup. There you go. I blame my fucked up teeth on Small Human's dad. But I mean, he also like punched me in the face and kneed me in the eye. It was the whole thing. I don't kid about that. Like, that was fucking life. But hey, should be getting my teeth done soon. Super excited. I miss smiling. Hey, Tony. How you doing tonight? Welcome to the serious talk that is now turned into just a fun conversation between, women about birth. And also a forewarning to people that are considering kids. Don't do it. I mean, unless you're really prepared. You know what I mean? I got the genetic shit end of the stick from my parents. I'm not passing that on. That is fair. Absolutely fair. Yes, we are talking about Arby's. They do have the meats, and apparently you're also in OBGYN's office. Like, it's a whole thing. This stream is not going to go on for too much longer because I have appointments to look at houses tomorrow. So, like, I'm glad that y'all have been here for this. Like, I need to talk about it. I have bad teeth now, too, because of the pregnancies. Can't wait to get dentures. Yeah, see, so I have an overbite, right? And my mouth was closed when he punched me. So, like, all of my top teeth are pretty much dead. Bottom teeth are fine. So, either I'm going to end up with a partial for my top or I'm going to end up with top dentures. Either way, it'll be better off. I do have to get my wisdom teeth on the bottom removed and then get bottom braces so they can straighten back out. And then I still don't have feeling like right side of my face from right below my eye where my eye socket was broken down to my lip. It's all numb. I can't feel that shit at all. No, he's not in prison. He's dead. He actually took himself out February 2022. I had a dentist deny that pregnancy affects teeth. It's an out. No, it's very much a very real fucking thing. Like, what? Hey? Like, it's a proven thing. I had some chick that I went to high school with that, like, went to dental school that also tried to spout that nonsense. And I was like, okay, here's, like, actual studies on it. You're full of shit. I'm mostly sorry for little human. Like, small human, dude never touched him. Small human loved his dad. That's why I'm always very clear on, if you get involved with me, my kid doesn't need a dad. He had a dad. It's cool. Um, so we found out the day after the funeral. Small human never got to say goodbye. And small human's paternal grandparents that used to come over to my house all the time, used to be there for him, used to show him some sort of support, they quit talking to me and him altogether, and he has not seen them since. My heart breaks for him in that aspect, because even though I had very particular rules for them because they're like super conservative, like icky people, those were his grandparents. He loved them, and they hurt him in such a way that I really hope they take that to their fucking grave and it kills them. He's a cool kid. They're garbage. Any hoozle. I've dealt with a lot of shit. Just put it that way. I think the thing for me that makes it even worse, though, Miss Ray in Seattle, is the fact that Small Human's dad was an only child. So this is their only grandkid, besides the one that I safe haven. But they hate me, so they ignore him. And that's kind of really fucked up. Put it that way. Kid's weird as shit, but I love him. Yes, I saw that, Tony. Thank you. Factoring in that his people pool is probably small, that affects the person more. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one of the things that, like, when people ask me what uh, the assholes were like, which is what I call his paternal grandparents, um, the biggest example I can give to demonstrate what type of people they are is at the height of their son abusing me, I sought out friends on social media to kind of like just help keep me grounded and like not completely alone. And he got big mad at me for it, even though I wasn't really doing anything besides just talking to friends. And his mom was like, if you're ever depressed, you don't have to turn to people to talk to. You can just call me, wanting to further isolate me from shit. Terrible. But such is life. But I feel it's important to talk about these things because, like, you never know who else is going through the same type of shit. You never know who else is in a similar type of abusive situation or situation with their kid or anything like that. And it's good to know that you're not alone. It's good to know that there are other people out there that like have those problems and may have solutions to help. It's the only reason why I'm so like comfortable talking about it. I don't ever want anyone to feel the same way that I did going through everything. Alone, isolated, like no one else could understand. No one else was there for me or want to help. So Like, I don't tell my story for sympathy or anything like that, just so that someone else maybe can relate and seek the help that they need. You know what I mean? And like when Small Human's dad did what he did, one of the things that I did was pop online like a month later, and I explained that it's okay to have complex feelings behind your abuser dying. It really is. It's okay to have that mixed bag of emotions. If you don't have those feelings, like I will always have a soft spot in my heart for Small Human's dad because he gave me Small Human, even though he microwaved my birth control to give me Small Human. Like, I'm going to be forever thankful for that. I'm going to be forever thankful for the fact that he never touched my kid. But I'm still going to fucking hate him for everything that he did to me. And that's okay. It's okay to have those feelings. It's okay to process it in your own way. I don't know. Oh, hey, Daria. Lovely to see you. I openly talk about postpartum depression, psychosis, anxiety for that. Yeah, exactly. There are so many people that deal with that by themselves. And honestly, it should be destigmatized. Because, like, after you give birth, your body goes through such a rush of emotions and hormone changes and imbalances that you never know what it's going to do to your brain and your body. And it's best to talk about it. Other people can find support and solace within the fact that they're not alone. Like I said, I never want anyone to ever feel the way that I did. And I'm sure that, like, Taylor Noir, who talks about postpartum depression, psychosis, and anxiety, they don't ever want people to feel alone and in that way. You know? And if it's your first baby, yeah, you're fucking terrified. Combine the biological changes with the life situation, it's something, yeah, it is. There's another person in this community, if you know, you know, whose dad abused them and they had some pretty conflicted feelings too. Yeah. And it's okay. It is absolutely valid to have a mixed bag of emotions behind things like that. And it's okay to seek out help and talk to it, even if it's just a friend that's willing to lend an ear. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to get it off of your chest. My situation made me develop a dark sense of humor to counteract what I've been through. I'll never look down on people who've gone through it. Yeah, I look, my bestie jokes all the time about my ex going on a live. I make jokes about it too. Not even gonna lie. Uh, One time I made the joke that I won the I Love You More game. I did it more or less alone, but still surrounded by toxic people. Things are much better now, but it was real touch and go for a long time. Yeah. One of the worst things that can happen is being surrounded, like being alone. It's fucking hard. It's really fucking difficult, but being surrounded by toxic people who either don't understand or don't want to understand what you're going through makes it a million times harder. You know what I mean? I always had men who wanted to beat my ex's ass. I could never greenlight it. I couldn't see him get hurt even though he deserved it. Yeah. Before my ex self deleted, like, he actually broke into my house. my bestie, who you know, Mr. in Seattle, he was actually super terrified for me and was constantly calling to make sure I was okay. I think he's coming over tomorrow, actually. I wonder what I'll experience when my mom dies. Of course, there's a really good chance that I won't even know when she dies. Ooh. I found out my dad died through a sibling. I didn't know. He didn't want anything to do with Lane because he couldn't handle it. Small human. They'll have heard his name before. I mean, whatever. But it's just one of those things. Yeah, see, you get it. I hate that we've both been through this. But that just goes to show, like, people are not alone. They're not. Oh, Mr. in Seattle. He's been over a few times. He's my favorite. I'll say this too. Anxiety makes you do weird things. I kept the NHS site open in Google on my phone about size because I was scared. I had to know it would be my fault. Ooh. SIDS, yeah. No, milk. Bad. No having a baby and no breaking into things. Don't, no. I agree. 1000%. You can't fix everything, Milky. Jesus. I went to jail because of my ex. No regrets. What did you. Okay, Tank Girl. Why? Where the buffalo roam. Okay. Milky. Milk. Milk, I think we need to sit down and talk about your life choices. Maybe. A bit. Foot rubs do not fix everything. And one another kind of, it seems far less intimidating a second time around. Yeah. I honestly think that if small human were not disabled and not chronically ill, I would like to have another, but at this point, I do not think that I have the emotional capacity to have another child. I don't think it's a thing. At least not something that I can do. And that's okay. Yes. Thank you, Taco Tuesday. Milk does need an intervention. To be fair, though, Milk needs an intervention in a lot of things in his life. Yeah, that's my kind of. I have a lot of plates spinning on. Yeah, it happens. I fixed myself. Ever heard of a dude named Jesus? Is it Jesus or Jesus? Does Jesus give the best rubs, or is it Jesus? Milk, who is giving you foot rubs unsolicited? Or are they solicited? Milks, what's going on in your life, dude? What's going on with that? He's your drug dealer. Uh-huh. Okay. And with that, I have to go give Small Human his next dose of his seizure meds. Also, huge shout out to Miss Rain Seattle. She's the best. Also, what you said the other night on Lizard Stream about me and him having cute babies, we've decided that if that were to never happen, we would pay more in bail money than anything. They'd be dangerously smart and assholes. Not happening. Can't handle that. So, yes, thank you all for being here. I absolutely love and appreciate every single one of you. If y'all want to help with like food, paying for laundry to get done, extra pull ups for Small Human, links pinned. If you want to catch any member of the Petty fam and the Black Beans, links are in the description. Also, Widow's Son is doing stuff on Tuesday. Yeah. So go check everyone out. You need a surrogate granddaughter. Like, I don't think I could, honestly, I don't think I could ever handle raising a daughter just because, like, I know how I was growing up and I know my ADHD, my autism, like, the things that I deal with. I don't think I could handle that. I'm surprised my mom survived. My poor mom. This is Mango Country. And Mango's gonna go give Small Human meds and then, I don't know, watch Futurama before bed. All right. I absolutely adore y'all. Y'all are amazing. I hope y'all have a fantastic night and an even better tomorrow. Just give it to you. We'll talk about it later, Miss Rain. Night, everyone.